Welcome back, ladies and gents. It's Benson and Mr. X bringing you day 3 of the MLG COD League. And news update, Prophecy shutting down Team Caliber 3-1. I got one right. I predicted it. Hallelujah. The comeback is on. I'm about to hunt you and puck it down.
Prophecy undefeated, 3-0.
Honestly, like, I have faith in Prof, man. My boy Parasite, I didn't have much faith. I've called him to lose a couple of times.
Yeah.
Ollie called me out and he was like, hey, I don't need your support, Benson. We're going to win anyway. I was like, all right, I'm going to start voting for you. And Prof not letting me down, so they're my team to beat right now.
I mean, I think, them, FaZe, I think this JusTus team looks extremely strong after that CTF. I mean, trying to find some other scores right now, see if we can get any updates.
Do we know Rise Elevate? That's one that would be good.
The one I haven't seen come through.
Haven't seen anyone tweet that out? All right, well, back in this game, of course, Denial versus JusTus. It's JusTus with a 2-1 lead, and an embarrassing CTF is the best way of really explaining it. It was like 7-0 before players started to leave. It just wasn't good. Actually, do have an update for you guys with Rise Elevate. It's 1-1, so that game all tied up. We're heading over to some Detroit Uplink now, and I have to hope that hosting decision from Denial was tactical.
Yeah, you would hope. I mean, maybe they know they're not the best CTF team, and they kind of just threw that one up as a wash, but still, you need to... That's what I love about having 4 game modes. You need to be a well-rounded team.
Also, to Chump FF who's trying to take stats, that doesn't mean leaving, that's the lobby ending. So, apologies for that. Trying to take stats, although the only stats you need from that last game is pure ponage. That's about it. But Denial versus JusTus. Detroit Uplink, like I said. Honestly, it's going to be a tough one. In fact, JusTus not even spawning in yet. We'll see if they do. They have 4 seconds. Nope, they're not going to bother. So it's going to have to be restarted. Can you see Denial leveling up this series 2-2? Or is this going to be
I could see them, forcing a 5th map. I think it's really going to come down to who gets that first, score. If JusTus comes out and they keep putting on the, the pain, I can't see Denial coming back. But, I think if Denial gets that first cap, and if, Saints and Attach and Zuma, they can get hot. I think they can definitely take this uplink, and we saw in Search and Destroy. I mean, Denial definitely looked like the better team for most of the Search and Destroy.
Well, we have our key player matchup for the Uplink game. See, Enable versus Replays. KD-wise, Enable comes out on top, 1.11. Replays with a 1.02. Caps, 3.5 for Enable, and only 3 for Replays. But the kills per respawn, 29.2 for Enable and 23 for Replays. That's really the difference maker.
Yeah.
I believe Mochilla is actually still in broadcaster mode, so they're going to have to end this game too. I'm not sure if the Nanao players caught that when the game was started, but no one from JusTus is going to spawn in yet, so the game's going to have to be restarted one more time. I
feel like this third one's going to be the one that works.
Third time's the charm, hopefully. I'm happy though, because I'm already off to a good start prediction-wise. You and Puckett both called TK.
I didn't work.
I went strong with my Prof boys. You both actually have JusTus winning this series. I was the only one that had Denial, so we'll have to wait and see if that's going to come true for me. I'm feeling the game 5 though, Matt. I'm not sure about you. I can feel it.
We haven't done a game 5 yet.
No,
I think
we haven't.
It's just maybe it's meant to be. We kind of said that we thought this was going to be the best series of the night. Maybe we get that game 5.
It's not disappointing just yet as I just break my phone. It just drops onto the floor. Too many cables. People, Detroit Uplink game's going to be started once again. Guys in the chat, how do you see this one going? Can you see Denial managing to level it up, or JusTus just going to walk away and make it 3-1? Everyone should be in the game this time. Yep, everyone spawns in. So let's head straight into action. Uplink Detroit. JusTus versus Denial, of course. JusTus 2-1 in the lead. Can they close it out? Let's find out. I'm going to be on board with... I want to go on board with Enable, one of our key players, and see exactly how he's going to kick things off. Interesting, he's going to be using Cloak in Uplink.
Yeah, and we're seeing more and more players, at the beginning of the game, Ben, they didn't really use the Tactician perk and just went with, grenades and Exo ability. But now we're seeing lots of Tactician brought out tons of double exo abilities from these players, and Cloak is definitely one of them.
What's happening to Denial right now? Is my question to ask you.
I don't know.
Enable just ran straight into the garage, got a sick two-piece. Chilla grabbed the drone and ran straight down the middle of the map.
Yeah, I really don't know what to, chalk it up to. Actually, during the break, I tweeted attached, and I was kind of like, well, I tweeted him a heart for inviting me to the game, and then I was kind of like, well, what was that, yep. And he's just like, oh, we'll be fine, but they do not look fine right now. Something definitely looks wrong.
Yeah, I'm not sure what it is, but Slacked is trying to put some pressure on the Denial base. Denial are able to slay out, and we should be able to get that satellite drone out. And I think they just need a couple of minutes in the game where they just, get that gun skill back on, play for kills. They don't necessarily go for it. It's only 1 point. It's not the end of the world, but they just need their confidence back.
Yeah, you're entirely right, Ben. Sometimes teams get too wrapped up in doing the objective, and maybe, after replays didn't have the best hardpoint game, maybe the other players kind of feel they have to come up and make more plays in the OBJ department. They're trying to do too much, and I think that's when you see teams falter. I think that was one thing sometimes Crim would try and do. Try and do too much of the OBJ work. You really just need to focus on slaying. With a team like Denial, you're built pretty much on those 3 slayers playing pretty well every game. Kind of just have to trust replays to do his thing.
Attach had that satellite drone in the school for a very long time. Wasn't able to make a play from it. And unfortunately, his teammates went down. Chilla, though, is going to get another score. That's 2 uplinks for him, 2 1-point throws coming in. Replays trying to sort of reply to that. Needs to just go for a 1-point play here. I want to see him dip to the left. That's exactly what he's going to do, but not going to be able to get through the door. Those stun grenades coming out top trumps.
Yeah, but it looks like Classic, he's going to pick that up. He's going to throw it back towards the middle of the map. Not really a reset, but Ben Moore just trying to get yards on that satellite drone, but still, Enable starting off 9-3 in this uplink.
That's kind of good, not gonna lie. Kind of a good start using that camo too. That's gonna be another 2-piece for him in the middle, and he's just so talented. And the one thing I love is watching him play uplink. He kind of has this very good understanding of how to play, in the sense that he waits for his teammates to push in front of him. You're never going to see Enable with that satellite drone being the furthest pushed on the team. He recognizes that just simply is not how to play, whether that comes from his Halo days or, me and him playing American football in the park together when I used to live with him. I'm going to say it's the second one personally. I taught him well.
You guys used to play football together in the park?
Oh, yeah.
Pretty interesting.
Yeah. That's why I'm claiming his knowledge. I also taught him to play football as in my football. Good times. Good times.
Yeah. But it looks like they're trying to get that satellite into that school, but they were just shut down every time they do it. I mean, nothing really good going on for Denial right now. Enable still just padding his stats at this point, Ben, at 14-5. Running that cloak and overclock, like you were saying, I think it just makes him harder to shoot and see at long range.
Yep, pretty much, and it's working out in his favor. Attach has got that satellite drone with 133. He's just going to turn around and throw it out of bounds. Does not want to risk anything right now, and slaying-wise, you just can't allow someone to do that to you. 14-6, like that's big numbers from Enable. Someone needs to shut him down. There's Denial looking at trying to make something happen, but once again, the drone is just being picked up by JusTus, and all they're doing continuously now is picking it up and throwing it at the Denial base. They're not necessarily going for a score just yet. They just want to keep putting pressure on Denial, and Denial have no reply to that.
Yeah, and I kind of like the strat because it's forcing the players from Denial to backtrack and run towards the satellite drone, trying to get it out of their own base. And
so sick.
As that's happening, JusTus is just kind of pushing and shooting at them.
Classic just made such a smart play. He was sat in a corner, waited for 2 plays to run past him, and that's going to continue with more kills. Unfortunately, he finally does go down, but Classic so heads up. We're seeing really smart plays coming out from these players. There's 38 seconds left of this first side of Uplink. Detroit drone in Attach's hands, and at this point, just make it just get a 1-point play towards the end. Don't necessarily go for anything fancy. Just try and put some score on the board.
Yeah, I mean, they just needed points in general. I mean, that's really all this is about. 2-0, though, still a very low-scoring game. You usually see a little bit more of a high score in this map because it's a little bit easier to get those 1-point throws, but nobody getting any types of control.
I just feel JusTus on the other side, on the Now side, is going to be lethal. Playing aggressively through school. I mean, that's when we're going to see them rack up a bit of a lead, so I think Denial could be in some serious trouble right now.
Oh, yeah, Denial is definitely in trouble, especially in the kill feed. Really didn't come back strong like we expected in the kill feed this game.
Yeah, they need to pick things up a little bit, so maybe our hopes and dreams of a Game 5 are a little bit premature, Matt.
Oh, yeah, right now, Ben, that Game 5 does not look good, but I would not be shocked. You know, Denial, they have players who are pretty explosive. They can get it turned on at any moment.
Big issue they have is Enable almost at 20 kills in one side of Uplink. He's 19 and 10 overall, almost at that 2 KD standpoint. Meanwhile, the highest amount of kills for Denial right now is 12. So they are definitely struggling, but we'll see their perspective now. And you know, you talked about Attach swinging at you in the mission, so we'll see Attach to kick things off, see if he can try and get something going. Shuts down one with Stim here. Stim himself there, actually, so that definitely helps out. There's going to be more players pushing. There's his second kill. Looking for his third. Didn't go for the drone. Smart play not to, but unfortunately just not able to pick up the kill.
Yeah, and you saw, you know, he's rocking those stun grenades, and he's going to be the only one on Denial rocking stuns. And stuns are pretty effective on all uplinks on, you know, this game because you can spawn stun. You can predict those spawns pretty easily, and when you stun them, it makes it pretty difficult for those players to walk out of there because not too many, if at all, use Trophy on this mode.
Yep, hardly anyone runs Trophy. I think I've only ever seen it once, and that was during the 10K. And that immediately got changed as Attached with the satellite drone. Tries to pick up the kill on Enable. Not going to happen. Enable doing a great job of just trying to stay alive. It took Saints to come in and clean him out. Zuma with the drone, though. Is he going to be able to try and juke out the opposition? I'm not sure why he was so brave to jump out the window, but he did, and that's going to be a one-point play. Denial still with some life in them right now, and Saints trying to get the spawn kills. He's going to connect with one. Now can Denial try and wrap some things together, go for some relays. Doesn't look like it. Classic is going to be running that drone directly into trouble, and Denial with some good defensive plays.
Yeah, big defensive plays from Denial. I thought Classic was going to kind of have free run to go to the other team's base, but big play by Zuma, able to get that 1 point. You know, just to get that little spark on the board. You slept 3 minutes and 30 seconds left, Ben. You're only down one. Right. You can definitely mount some kind of comeback.
And that satellite drone is going to be reset anytime soon. In fact, Slack's going to pick it up and just put some yards on it. And I love that play from JusTus. I really do. You know, they just keep trying to put consistent pressure on Denial's base with that satellite drone, but they need to be careful because Replays is going. He's actually going to shoot. I believe that actually missed. It was a little bit awry, but Replays still trying to keep it alive. He's going to see the weapon of Mochilla. Mochilla is going to go down now. Can Denial somehow try and slay out from inside their base? Replays with a big kill. Can he get the 2-point play? Yes, he can, and Denial have a 1-point lead.
Yeah, and that was a huge play right there from Replays, and you can see this is why that Denial team is scary, because they can start turning it on at any point, Ben. And I think one thing to note, they are playing at such a better pace right now. You see the aggression coming out from the Denial side.
But that kill feed, once again, completely dominated by JusTus. Attach turns around. He's going to go down. Mochilla with the satellite drone just jumps straight through. And he's looking at replying here with another 2-point play. He's going to connect 4-3. And all of a sudden, this game has just lit up with explosiveness. 1 point, all that separates these two teams once again. And Mochilla desperately trying to chase down Replays. Replays goes from downtown. I don't think that's going to bounce in. So that's still going to be in their base.
Yeah, that's a huge one right there. You know, big kills to get Replays. I think, you know, he was trying to get, if he'd have got another foot and then through that, it probably would have went in, but you know, they're able to get a stop, and that is huge because it looked like Replays is going to counter that 2-point score by Mochilla right away.
Replays has got the drone in hand. Some big cover coming out from his teammates, and Replays actually going to juke around the outside. Is he going to go for 2 here? Could have gone for 1. He thought about it, but just goes for 1. Ties up the game. Actually, looking at that mini-map, may have been able to go for 2, but just wanted to play it safe.
Yeah, I think you would have been able to get 2 right there, Ben, to be honest.
Yeah, the minimap, there was no one really there, but Saints has picked up the drone, put some yards on it. Enable now has control of it. Saints trying to push up, get some spawn kills, managed to pick up 1. Enable, they're running the drone. He's 32 and 19 at this point. 10 more kills than anyone else in the lobby. Really playing solid. Going to pick up the drone 1 more time. His teammate's going to pick up the kills. And this is looking good for Enable. 1 more player to beat in the school side.
Yeah, they got 1 more player to beat. That's a huge kill right there from Classic, but there's still more players in school. He's got to get his other teammates over there. I don't understand why Slack is mid-map, not really helping out.
Enable not able to make anything happen, and yeah, you're right. You want all your teammates just trying to control that school side. Slack did pick up a 2-piece just then, but a little bit late. Really, as Zuma gets control of the drone. Last 54 seconds left. Stim has been deployed, and Zuma, that's never going to go in. That's so ambitious. I feel like some players still haven't mastered the arc of the drone since the update. Of course, it has changed. Can't throw it as far. But now there's still a tied game. Last 38 seconds.
Yeah, and I love the play right here from Classic. He was waiting, but his teammate actually not able to pick that up, and he is going to be pushed by 3 here in the garage. You can see them coming in on your mini-map, and he's going to have to get at least two kills right here to make this a safe game for JusTus, but looks like Replays has it going into Garage. 20 seconds left, and this is going to come right down the wire.
That was really risky, trying to run that through the garage, and Mochilla may make him pay here. Still a tied-up game. Mochilla gets the beat down, and he could be home free for a one-point throw. He's going to throw it, and he is going to connect in the last 8 seconds. Mochilla with a huge play for JusTus, and that is going to be that. JusTus take it 3-1. Heartbreak City for Denial, who just aren't able to keep up. Unbelievable ending to that game.
An unbelievable ending. You know, once you saw Mochilla pick that up, he only had one player to beat over in that school area. And, you know, whoever that player was playing so aggressive, and Mochilla able to dash in and hit him in the mouth with the satellite drone and then just throw it in. Big plays right there in the last, 15 seconds from him. But JusTus looked very strong right there against Denial.
They do. JusTus definitely a team to keep your eyes up for in the COD League. For now, commercial break. When we come back, though, more updates, and we'll have our game number 2, Optic Nation, taking on Elevate.